Greetings everybody, Oscar here with OQ Detailing. In today's video we're going to actually ceramic coat this Suburban. This is the C71 package, so it's got the tow hooks, the red tow hooks, the air suspension is really nice. It's very spacious. It's a really awesome vehicle, but it has an issue with what seems to be acid rain or some water spots that we got to remove first. So there's a couple steps we got to make sure we do in order to have a successful ceramic coating and for the ceramic coating to bond. So the first step is we got to make sure that any old wax or sealant that this vehicle might have previously received is removed. So we're going to use a soap that's about 10 to 12 on the pH scale. This is going to remove the old waxes and sealants. And then we're going to follow that up using an iron remover to remove any iron particles that might be embedded on the paint. Since it sits outside all the time, there's going to be quite a few. We're then going to use a clay bar. The clay bar is also going to help with decontamination. It's going to remove bonded contaminants from the paint surface. That way the paint is free contamination. So after the decontamination, we're going to use a one-step polish. The one-step polish is going to, number one, help remove any small defects we might see, small micro scratches and sorrows. It's also going to level the paint to be as smooth as possible. So although to us the paint looks smooth already, in the microscopic scale, the paint has a lot of crevices, valleys, and peaks. This is caused by the different paint defects like the scratches. So there's crevices and valleys in the paint, so the polishing is going to remove a tiny layer of your clear coat for the paint to be as level as possible, and also it's going to reveal a new layer of your clear coat, so it's going to bring the best shine possible. Once we're done polishing, we're going to use a paint prep. So the paint prep is going to remove any oils or residues from the polishing solution, so that way we make sure that before we apply the ceramic coating, we're just dealing with the bare clear coat. And we want to make sure it's just the clear coat and nothing hindering it for proper bonding from the ceramic coating and the paint. This is going to make sure that the application of the ceramic coating performs how it's supposed to perform and lasts how long it's supposed to last. So this is a very important step, though it's a minor step. So stay tuned and watch the process. I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so now we're going to apply the iron remover. This is again to remove any iron particles or industrial fallout, any bonded brake dust into the paint. Okay, so this car didn't have much contamination, so there wasn't much reaction, but if you see here, that's kind of, there's a little bit of it, not much. Here you can see how when it runs down it turns purple. So even after we wash the vehicle and we use a water spot remover, all these little dots are still present. So I'm not really certain what they are, what could have been, but whatever it is, we're gonna have to try another technique to take them off. And they're splattered all over the grill in the front, so this is gonna be difficult because we might have to tackle it individually here, every section, every crevice here. Okay, so now we're gonna start the mechanical decontamination, and that means with the clay bar. So this is right here, a clay bar. And as the name says, it is literally just the clay. And what it does, it removes anything that's bonded to the paint. So basically the way it works is you apply some form of lubrication on the paint, and then you glide your clay bar over it back and forth in a crosshatch pattern. And it's basically removing the contamination from the paint by adhering to the clay bar itself. So it's kind of like sanding it off in a way, or shaving it off in a way, but it's getting the contamination is getting attached off from the paint and into the clay bar itself. So after a couple panels, depending on the condition of the vehicle, you just then turn the clay bar to another side, you fold it in squares, and you create another side that doesn't have any of that previous contamination, and then you continue doing the process. So I'm going to show you, as you can see here, I'll show you the before and after. Okay, so this vehicle did not have a lot of contamination because it's pretty new, but as you can see, some of these dots here and the orange kind of over here on this side, it's a little bit dirty. This is what it used to look like, as you can see, pure blue. But this is after some of the 2 or 3 panels that we passed by. So it wasn't that bad, but as you can see, all of that was still bonded to the paint even after a thorough wash. Okay, so we're all done with the clay bar process. The clay bar was able to remove most of the spots that were in the front mechanically. So now we're moving on to the polishing stage. Now in this case, we're just doing a simple paint enhancement. The purpose of this step is to flatten out, smooth out the paint as much as possible for the proper adhering of the ceramic coat. We're not going after removing paint defects like swirl marks and scratches. Actually, it doesn't have that many anyways, but that's not our goal. That paint enhancement, we're just trying to improve the overall look of the paint and also help smoothen out the paint as much as possible so that the ceramic coat bonds properly. Okay, so we finished the paint enhancement. We're done with the polishing. Now it's time for us to prepare the paint. So we have our paint prep here. This is gonna remove any residues, oils, anything that's left behind from the polishing fluid, and prepare it so that we can put the ceramic coating after this. guys, so here's the final product. 8 hours later, the whole vehicle was ceramic coated. It looks amazing. It's better than what it was brand new off the dealer. It has a maximum protection, especially since it sits outside. It's a sacrificial layer protection that will help prevent the clear coat from failure. It keeps a brand new look locked for many years to come, and overall gives it a really high gloss. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach us at oqdetailing.com. Thank you.